Hello everyone, I hope you're well. It's Celebration Assembly today. I apologise there was no Celebration Assembly last week, but there's one this week. And I just wanted to show you some of the things that I've seen around school that I've thought were amazing. So I've been walking around and been popping into classes, and I've seen some great things going on. Some Gruffalos there, don't you see those? And there's a great picture of an owl behind me. I'll get out of the way. But yes, so I've seen some lovely things. I'm really impressed. So keep up the good work, everybody. It's great to see these things going on. But there are some people that we need to celebrate in particular, and they've got certificates. So let's go. And let's start off with the youngest children in owls. So this is for Agnes. Agnes is the gets the award this week because she's worked so hard to write her name. And initially she didn't want to do it. She didn't want to write any letters, but she's been trying and she's got there to a whole name. And she's now got a real can-do attitude and is always wanting to practice. So that's great. Can we give Agnes a big round of applause, please? Next up in Robin's class, we've got Helen, and Helen's a fantastic learner because she always likes to respond to the Rainbow Challenge. And she has a really good try. She's told her teacher about her family and she drew them carefully, as you can see there. And then later on they got a whiteboard and they had a go at writing the family people, the people in the family's names. She loves to learn at home as well, and she really loves to share her work. So that's great. Can we give Helen a big round of applause, please? Next up in year one, we've got Charleigh, and Charleigh has been working so hard, showing excellence and integrity during independent learning time. She listened carefully during the whole class learning about counting on a tens frame, and then she went away and created her own tens number frame. What super independent learning, Charleigh. Can we give her a big round of applause, please? Next up, we've got Jaya in Woodpeckers, and she worked really hard during the maths lesson and had a go at some questions independently. Even though she was unsure at the beginning, she thought carefully and worked out what to do using the resources around her. And she even then helped a friend who needed some help, which is amazing. Can we give Jaya a big round of applause, please? After Jaya, moving on to Kingfisher's class, we've got Kira, and she's been working really hard in English lessons. Kira is able to confidently use capital letters, full stops, finger spaces and adjectives in her writing, and she's only just started in year one, which is amazing. Can we give Kira a big round of applause, please? Next up, we've got Ellie. In Mallard's class, and she gets the award because she's been building up her resilience. So that attitude where you rather go at anything, even though you find it difficult, you keep going. And her approach has demonstrated the school's values, especially persevering when things get tough. So can we give Ellie a big round of applause, please? After Ellie, we've got Amber in Swan's class, and she's been writing some excellent sentences when she's been writing a description. She used all the elements for good sentence writing and has been discussing, including adjectives and conjunctions, those words that join parts of a sentence together. It's great, amazing skills. Can we give Amber a big round of applause, please? Next up is Jaya in Puffins. She's an excellent learner because she's been working like RBOT 3, resourcefulness. In maths, she's been using what she knows and as what she learnt in year one about comparing, partitioning and ordering numbers to help her in her learning. She's made a great start to year two, always working hard and doing her best. And I think that's great. And you can see her work in a Power Maths book there. Can we give Jaya a big round of applause, please? In Ravens this week, the award goes to Alfie. Although Alfie was absent from school for the first week and a half, he's shown such resilience and he's really persevered with his Power Maths. Alfie has also shown respect and following instruction and has consistently been a line hero. I don't know if you know what hero stands for. I bet some of you do. And if you could tell me when I see you later, that would be even better. But Alfie has, he's been really resilient, been trying his best even though he arrived late. So can we give him a big round of applause, please? In Buzzard's class, the award goes to Anu, and she's been working on her presentation, and she was able to show how she forms both her capital letters and small letters so neatly, and you can see that in the piece of work she's done there. And she completed the piece of work, but she challenged herself into finding a word to go with each letter of the alphabet, which is great. So she obviously knows her alphabet as well. Great news. Can we give Anu a big round of applause, please? Next up, we've got Shannon Ray. Shannon Ray is in Heron's class, and she told her teacher that she often worries about maths, but she's actually doing really well with it. They introduced rounding to the nearest 10 and 100 last week, and Shannon Ray became a really confident, curious learner who could share her answers and explanations with the rest of the class. It's been great to see her growing confidence and focus in her learning, and I hope that this continues into other areas of her learning as she makes greater links and challenges herself further throughout year 4. So that's great news. Can we give Shannon Ray a big round of applause, please? Next up, we've got Casey, and they deserve a certificate for being a reflective learner when considering place value to 4 digits. So thinking about 4-digit numbers, so numbers in the thousands. First, she used counters and then base 10, and then she applied her knowledge to compare different representations on paper using symbols. So you can see here she's gone from using, well, let me get my pointer. She's using the physical things, the real things, and then she's doing it on paper there, which is fantastic. It's amazing work. Can we give Casey a big round of applause, please? In Starlings, the award goes to Aria. She's been demonstrating excellence by reading each night and recording her comments clearly in her reading record. And Mr. Mercer loves reading about what's happened in her book the night before. And it's so important that we read regularly. If you could read every day, that's the greatest thing to do, because then you will get really good at it. Also, what it does is it establishes what we call a habit. So you can get good habits, and reading every day is one of those good habits. And there's always time in the day when you can pick up a book and have a look through it and have a read. So can we give Aria a big round of applause, please? Moving on to Daisy, and Daisy is in Dove's class, and she gets the award because Miss Shaw was really impressed with how she took an example in art and turned it into her own, very imaginative version. Miss Shaw loves the use of colour, as do I, and the use of blending, and it makes it look like this bird is flying through the wind. They used pastels to create these animals, which are from their class novel Sky Song. And this is Daisy's version of a golden eagle, which I'm sure you will agree is fantastic. Can we give Daisy a big round of applause, please? Fleur in Osprey's class has been super reflective with the learning that she's done this week. So she's learned things, and then she's reflected on it, and she's putting it in her writing. So she's been using fronted adverbials, idioms, rhetorical questions, and all of these have helped her write about characters and infer their feelings. So you get a really good idea about what the character feels about themselves and about the situation they're in. They've also been working on their stamina, so that they write more and that's to do with resilience. And she's doing a great example of that, because look how much she's written. Brilliant. Can we give Fleur a big round of applause, please? So next we've got Samihah in Razorbills. She has shown real excellence in her work throughout the past several weeks. She's also consistently being a star in the classroom and a hero in the lines. Included is a picture of Samihah's reading record as a perfect example of the excellence she puts into her work. And you can see that she's reading regularly, and the teacher's checking it, which is great, and making sure that Samihah and other people in her class are making sure that they read regularly, because it is so important, as I said, to make sure that you try and read every day. Can we give Samihah a big round of applause, please? Next up, we're into Year 6, and we've got Chloe in Eagles. This is for her enthusiasm and effort with her science learning, which you can see there. They've been learning about fossils, and Chloe produced 2 fantastic pieces of learning about different types of fossils and how they are formed. She even brought in some fossils from home to share. I love it when people share their learning and share their passions like that. Can we give Chloe a big round of applause, please? In Sandpipers, Vinnie deserves the award for the assembly this week because every time they read the class book Rooftoppers, Vinnie participates in class discussions and produces detailed notes about what he's read. Vinnie also makes predictions about what might happen next based on what he's read, and that's a really good skill doing that, and it's something that you do when you're watching a film. You always think, oh, I wonder what's going to happen next, and you should do that when you're reading a book as well. To be really involved in a book, you need to think, I wonder what's going to happen next, and that's what Vinnie does. Can we give Vinnie a big round of applause, please? And last but not least, we've got Aria in Magpie's class. She demonstrates the core values and is an exemplary Year 6 role model. Her attention to detail with presentation is evident in all her pieces of work, and you can see a great piece of work that she's been doing here. I think that's great news. Can we give Aria a big round of applause, please? Okay, that's it for today. Some great work's been going on around school. You've all been fantastic, and it's been a real pleasure for me to get into some classes. I really enjoyed seeing what's going on, and I'm going to endeavour to do that even more next week. So, have a great weekend, and I'll see you all on Monday. Take lots of care. Bye. Bye. Bye.